Imagine a seamless gaming or work setup where vital notifications never disrupt your flow. Introducing the web screen, a sleek secondary display that effortlessly blends function and style. In this video, we'll explore its design journey and the groundbreaking technology behind it. Stay tuned as Eamon dives into a global collaboration with Eleo and Pedro, the masterminds behind HW Lab.
Hey, it's Eamon with ipXchange, and we have another project, a very interesting project coming from Argentina and Japan at the same time. This is probably the widest spread of time zone we've done in a single call. But yeah, I want to introduce you to Eleo and Pedro from HW Lab. And yeah, they've got a very interesting project that they've been working on. So Eleo, first of all, can you just introduce yourself, and Pedro, introduce yourself, and then tell me a little bit about WebScreen.
Yes, sure. First, thanks for having us. This is a great opportunity for us to show what we do. So, yes, our company is HW Lab. We are a company 4 months old. It's a quite new company.
Yeah.
And I am doing this company with Pedro as a co-founder, and we know each other since 6 years old. We do all the primary school, high school, everything. So it's very nice working with a friend. Yeah, and we are doing one of a product called WebScreen that we will talk a lot today. Yeah.
Exactly. Cool. And just to clarify, what are your roles within the company?
Yeah, I am the product head and also software developer and marketing and finance and a bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am the engineer in the company.
Okay. Cool. So yes, tell us, what is WebScreen? And I know you've got one with you, so you probably best to show it on the camera.
Yes, Pedro, you can go ahead and I will show.
Okay.
The WebScreen.
WebScreen is a small secondary display that attaches to your monitor or laptop, just like a webcam. It keeps you date with notification and visual right in front of you. We created it to help gamers and professionals stay focused without needing to constantly check their device.
Cool. And how did you come up with the idea? Because it's quite a novel approach, and I'll admit that it does bother me when I get displays that come up in the corner of my screen and cover something. So this is quite a cool solution.
Yeah, and first I want to show you, because it not only show animation, also work.
Yeah.
So I have a host application right now, and I will send a notification. I will connect first. There you go.
Okay, nice.
So this is the early prototype. It will run twice, and then come back with the default screensaver.
Exactly.
So basically, I have a lot of friends who are gamers, and I am a bit of a gamer myself, but just I don't have the time that I have in the past. And something that is very common is when you are playing a game, like especially a competitive game, I don't know, like a Overwatch or something like that. You don't want distractions, so you don't have notifications. Your phone is not with you, or maybe it's like a mute. And sometimes there is important notification that you need to know, like I don't know, like a family, work, anything that you really care about it. So that's why we were thinking about small device that is in the desk that can be configurable, because it's not only for notification, it could be for reminders, for other type of things. And it had to look good, because gamers, they really love the setup, and it had to match. And also, nowadays there is many gadgets and things in the desk, so you have a lot of competition for space. Yeah. So So that's why we came with this idea about similar shape that a webcam, where you can attach to the monitor or to your laptop, and you can attach a webcam on top of it.
Oh,
so
nice.
that means you don't have to,
It's a modular design.
to choose a webcam or the web screen. You can have both and just attach the webcam on top.
Nice. So in terms of the hardware, if you're willing to say, what kind of electronics are you using in there? And how does it interface with the computer? It looks like USB from where I'm standing, but...
We screen use a high-resolution AMOLED display from DW manufacturer, an ESP32 microcontroller, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth support, and an USB-C connector for power and communication. This will connect to your computer via serial port, Bluetooth, or Wi-Fi.
Okay, so you don't have to have it wired, other than power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So we want to provide different type of communication, like a communication through serial port, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. And you need a host application running in your computer that, for example, the notification I just sent there was using this application. And also you can configure like a screensaver. You can move different files to a SCD card, mini SCD card. And also the idea is that you can write your own small applications.
Cool.
So yeah.
So this is quite involved, because effectively you've made another little screen for your computer. So what were I'm mostly interested in the software challenges for integrating this and making it work. And in terms of hardware, what other things do you have to consider, considering that you're adding it to a typical gaming setup, which might be quite complicated?
Well, for hardware, we needed the display to be high resolution and responsive. For software, we had to ensure smooth connectivity and real-time updates without any lag. We made sure it would disrupt the gaming experience. Basically, was this the main challenge?
Yeah, and also from also part of the hardware is the enclosure. So
Design.
the one key part is like it had to be cool. It had to be kind of like have a gamer look. So that's why we work with a great designer from Australia, Adam from Comber Studios, to design this enclosure. And actually, we are still working on it. So this is one of the early prototypes, 3D printer. So he come with a great idea about adjust, because sometimes you have a laptop and they have a very thin border.
Yeah.
So you need to be adjustable. Now we are working in a small version, just to improve the like an assembly. And also we started with a hypothesis about people maybe they want to hack the web screen and add more hardware inside of the enclosure. But talking with customer, we found out that no, that's something that probably we like to do, but people who want to just use it's okay. They don't want to do that. And coming back to the software, so about how to communicate with the web screen, we are using WebSockets. So through serial port, we can send configuration and just anything. And something that I'm working at the moment is in kind of like a end-to-end encryption. So imagine you have in your phone, you have a client for you have an application, or maybe in the future we will do a bot from Telegram, from WhatsApp. So when you write a message there, it's encrypted, then it's sent to Cloudflare, then with Cloudflare workers, because we don't want to have a server storing anything. Just transmit that to certain. It will be exposed using an API, and then your host application, your computer, will pull that information, and then it will decrypt it and send it to the web screen.
Okay.
There is a lot of possibilities. Yeah.
And that's actually just made me think a second, because I mean, you're talking about how gamers will often not have their phone in the room when they're doing a stream or something. But if you're able to connect via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, I guess, can you take notifications from your phone and show them on the web screen, or is that's not there yet?
No, it's totally possible. It's not there yet, but I am working on it, and it's independently if it's a mobile or just like another computer. So basically, I'm creating a architecture where you have an address, kind of like I imagine like a Bitcoin address, and it's like a very long hash that represent a particular web screen, and then you just connect to that address, and you can send information there. It could be with the notifications, because you can connect with the system trail of the operating system, like Android or iOS, and then just forward the notification. Something similar is with the application, like for example, Steam or Blizzard or different games, Diablo. They have APIs for, I don't know, for achievements or certain events. We could have like an application that listens to those events and then just forward those to the web screen. Most of the heavy duty is done in the host application. We decided to do that because it's easier, it's extendable. You have APIs, and it's easy to connect using, I don't know, like a Node.js rather than C++ in an embedded board. Yeah.
Cool. That's I'm glad I asked that question, because that's opened up. I didn't really think about APIs for in-game notifications, so that's cool. So I understand you're kind of at the prototyping stage at the moment, if that's right. So I mean, you said the company's been going for 4 months, but how long did it take you to get this far? And during that time, did you change any major components? Did you come up with supply issues? What was the journey?
Well, it took us about 3 months to reach the prototype stage. We did face some challenges finding quality components. We managed to find good supplier. Yeah.
Yeah, and something that we have a problem that we have with the components is normally when you need certain component like a screen. Suppliers in China, they want to sell you, I don't know, 100 or maybe 1,000 of them. And it's crucial to have just a little, because we are doing prototype and we are just testing hypotheses that things work. So one of the changes that we did is just add a micro SCD card, because we find out that 16 megas is not enough for the things that we do for ROM. So we need a certain way to have persistent storage to storage like media, animations, and then if the users they want to write their own programs, like store them there. Yeah.
So is it mostly the media that takes up that memory rather than the firmware?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. So we said it at the beginning of the conversation that I'm talking to. Pedro's in Argentina, Eleo is in Japan. What's it like working 12 hours apart from each other, and what challenges does this pose? Especially considering, because you guys have known each other since you were 6.
Yeah.
Like what's that like? It's very interesting to know.
Yeah. Been in different time zones for communication and coordination. We use various tools to stay organized and schedule meetings. I handle the programming Elio handled the programming from Japan.
So I guess splitting the workload between hardware and software, that does help, because I guess you don't need as much consulting time between you two, and to still make progress. Is that right?
All right.
Yeah, that's correct. And we have regular meetings like in the morning. In my morning is Pedro afternoon.
Yeah.
In my afternoon is Pedro's morning. But yeah, we have that clear distinction. I handle all the software. Pedro handle all the hardware. And sometimes we need to wait each other, like for example, right now I am not working with the micro SD and saving stuff to the storage. So once Pedro finished that part, then we need to coordinate, receive the latest update, the board, and start playing around. So it's a good challenge, and it forces us to try to be correct. Like we don't have the luxury to do many try and error mess around. So because otherwise it will take weeks. Yeah.
Cool. So I mean, you've come quite a long way in a very short. It seems to me like a very short amount of time. What advice would you give to other people working on similar projects or starting small companies? Because I guess this is a hypothesis at the moment, but you want to bring it to market. But obviously, since you're still developing, there's a lot of testing to go on, and there's only 2 of you. So, what advice would you give to other teams looking to be entrepreneurs like yourselves?
Oh yeah, communicate clearly and often. Use collaborative tools to stay organized. Expect supply chain issue and test your product instantly. And don't spend too much time or money on initial prototypes. Get feedback as soon as possible, no?
Cool.
Yeah, and something that I will add is try to use the knowledge that you already have. For example, I am using Arduino framework. I am not trying to go, trying to write everything from scratch or thinking about doing everything super efficient at the moment, because you're testing hypotheses. You need to make things quickly to show to people and then get feedback. So if you know Python, just maybe use MicroPython to do the programming of the board. So that's one advice. As Pedro say, try to keep it minimal. Don't spend a lot of money, because it's you are just testing things, and talk with people, kind of engage in the community, for example, this interview, I think the first contact email was because you saw a comment that I had on LinkedIn in one publication. So try to show around your work and engage with the community. Yeah.
Cool. And just to Pedro's point, is there a collaborative tool that you can really recommend for a team that's split between hardware and software?
I think the main collaborative tool is for the company GitHub, for example, which use.
Cool. I was just double checking.
The name. Okay. And anything collaborative tool is similar.
Like Trello. Yeah.
Trello. I didn't remember. Sorry.
Awesome.
Trello is
Which one's that one, sorry?
collaborative tool.
Trello.
Okay. So I think that's been a very good introduction to WebScreen and generally the idea of working split across the world. So for people interested in WebScreen, where's the best place to stay updated with the project? And do you have an estimated time that you want to release it, even if it's like a small run?
Yeah. We have a website, webscreen.cc. That's the website from the product. And then our company website is hwlab.io. It's very interesting there, the blog, because we release a lot of technical information, for example, from software and also hardware. Something important about WebScreen is that we will try to make everything open source. And that's why WebScreen, the domain is .cc for Creative Commons. So we plan to release the hardware and the software as open source, because we believe we are starting a new peripheral category, and it's a nice way for us to showcase our work. And about the future, we plan to apply for a crowdfunding campaign on crowd supply at the beginning. So we are in the process. That's this year, and we expect to promote all the crowdfunding campaign this year. So if everything goes well, next year, first half of the next year, we plan to go for mass production. And mass production just for us is like 1,000 units at the moment.
Yeah.
Because still, like you want to be sure
that's still good.
That's the idea.
Yes.
Cool. And this I think that's a perfect way to describe it as a new class of peripheral, because I was trying to explain it to some of the guys here what I was going to be chatting to you about, and they were like, what? I don't quite get it. But some of those might be too young to remember webcams, so a separate webcam. So yeah,
exactly. There is secondary screens, but it's very different. It's like they behave like actually secondary. This is more like a complement, something to that
it's a new
integrate
gadget
with your existing setup.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a new gadget, and we think hard and long about the name, and that we choose WebScreen just for the shape, for attached with a webcam, and also we were thinking a name to be generic for a new peripheral category.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about that is that it makes it very, very highly searchable as well.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. We were thinking about a web display, but we saw that problem. If you say web displays, like there is many other concepts associated with that but WebScreen, no, it was available.
Cool, excellent. Cool. Thank you so much for joining me today. And yeah, I guess late for one of you, early for one of you, right in the middle for me. So that's always very, very kind of you. And yeah, if you guys are interested in learning more about WebScreen, that's webscreen.cc, was it?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And
yeah, that's right.
Please keep us updated on how you're doing, and love to share more when this hits the market.
Yes, and we will send you one for sure, so you can try it there.
Nice, thank you so much. And yeah, if anyone out there, if you've got a cool project that you want to discuss, I always love having conversations like these. So just drop us an email. There's contact details on ipXchange.tech.